The vote on Theresa May's Brexit plan rejected by UK's Parliament. Senior Foreign Affairs correspondent Greg Palkot is live in London with this breaking news to explain what this means. What should we watch for, Greg?
Dana, huge. It just came down a couple of minutes ago, actually faster than we thought. Theresa May, UK Prime Minister, and her deal to get Britain out of the European Union, that is Brexit, has failed and failed massively. Out of about 650 seats, that is the total of the members of Parliament in the House of Commons. 202 voted in favor of this deal. 432 voted against. That means a loss margin of 230. What does this mean? It's even bigger than Sky News, our sister network, and others had predicted. It means it's back to the drawing board a bit for Theresa May. She has said in comments that just happened after this vote that she will look for a cross-party, that is, between the Conservatives and the Labour members, also the Liberal Democrats, to come up with a deal that might go forward. But, Dana, we're on a really tight deadline. Less than 2 months to go before they have to decide on how they leave exit. And just to remind our viewers, they've been working on this thing for 2.5 years. Back in 2016, there was a referendum that narrowly voted, the British people narrowly voted in favor of leaving the European Union, 52% to 48%. But it's a tough task, as was proven, and they just haven't been able to come up with a plan that satisfies everybody. Even the anti-EU and the pro-EU folks on both sides have not been happy with this deal. So very quickly, what are we looking for now? We're looking for Theresa May to try to figure out what to do. The opposition members, Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has got to be licking his chops right now, looking forward to what could be coming up next. He wants a general election. He wants May out and a whole new election. Other people want a new referendum on this choice. Now that they know, according to the people who want this referendum, all the details, they want the UK people to vote again on this. And that's got a lot of opposition going for it, too. There are thoughts of another kind of deal and kind of a worst-case scenario, not just for the UK, but maybe for its important global trading partners and security partners. And that's number one, probably the United States, a no deal, a crash out on March 29th. And no one knows exactly what will happen. Certainly it'll have big impacts on the economy, maybe some impacts on security, too. So now into the darkness right now. Breaking news in the last, about 12 minutes or so, Dana. We are sorting it out here. But a big surprise, a big shocker, a historic defeat for UK Prime Minister Theresa May. And now we figure out again how this very important, maybe one of our most important security and economic partners goes forward with their history. Dana.
Greg, let me ask you, how quickly might you see something happen with the leadership of the UK? Is the next logical step a vote of no confidence for Theresa May, or was basically the Brexit vote, that was the vote of no confidence?
Well, that's a major vote of no confidence when you have that kind of a loss margin. Absolutely. Jeremy Corbyn, the leader of the opposition Labour Party, who has no love for Theresa May, is already organizing a vote of no confidence against her. The thing is, though, Dana, a lot of people don't like Jeremy Corbyn either, or they don't want Labour in charge. So even the Tory members, that is the Conservative members of Parliament who voted against this deal, and there were a lot of them, I don't have an exact number, but well over 100 members of her own party voted against it. They probably won't go for another general election, which could very well mean that Labour Party would take control. So, in fact, there could be a vote of no confidence very soon. Would May survive that? Probably. But I got to tell you, Dana, I mean, people have said that any prime minister in the past who got walloped on her major policy issue. Remember, she's been working on this, again, for a very long time. The last couple of years, walloped in this way, well, she'd face an internal fight and have to step down. So there are questions about her future. But again, what she has said, what she has underscored is that there is this deadline, March 29, to get this all wrapped up. That's, again, about 2 years after they started work on this, more than 2.5 years since the referendum. So they're looking to that. The one other thing, there's always, as you know, and you know well, and so do our viewers, Dana, know politics well, you can always mess around with deadlines. And there is talk about extending that March deadline into June or July to give the folks a breathing room. But right now, there are a lot of shocked people here in London. And again, very important for the U.S. President Trump has said he didn't like this deal, so he actually probably will be pleased. We might see a tweet soon saying that he would have voted the same way that, what's the number again? 432 members of Parliament went. He didn't think it broke the U.K. away from the EU enough. But a lot of experts in Washington also are sure that chaos in our key ally in the U.K., not a good thing. Dana.
All right, Greg Palkot, we thank you for that.